Yeah, little giggling little Girl Scout, go brush your teeth and put on your
I
jammies.
have absolutely no problem with
Bye
giggling
bye,
little
it's
Jewish people.
bedtime. Brush your teeth and put on your jammies. Put your jammies on.
What if they repent?
Brush your teeth, put your jammies on. Imagine if their mommies and daddies were aware of their bad behavior on the internet.
Older religions are compelling. I'll tell you that much. They're compelling.
Oh, okay.
Do you
And
think
you
that
don't.
you're religiously neutral?
Sure.
No, that's you're self-deceived then. It's impossible to be religiously neutral.
Well, now if you put it in the way I think you're putting it, then no. If you mean like, is my view of God neutral? No, no, no.
No, you can't be neutral about religion. Everybody has a mental and a behavioral commitment to whatever they consider as ultimate and its derivational states. Don't confuse certain peripheral practices of religion with the actual core of religion.
I'm
So
not
when you
getting
say
what you mean.
when you say you're not religious, well, you are religious. You don't jump off of cliffs just for the fun of it, because you know that if you don't orient your mind and your behavior toward what is ultimate and its dependency states, things will not go well for you.
Sure.
Okay, well, there's not much difference between that and the guy who believes in the chicken voodoo god. He sacrifices the chicken every other Friday night so that things will go well for him and his family. So you're both oriented toward what is ultimate and their dependency states. So things will go well for you. So you're religious, but in a different way. You just don't believe that what is ultimate can hear your prayers. But if you align your mind and your behavior toward what's ultimate, then things will tend to go better for you. Well, that's religion,
Right.
sir. That's a religion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is what I try to do. Cause I believe that if I sin, then God won't help me. So I guess that is pretty religious. But uh, yeah. I just meant that I don't follow a whole book the whole way through.
Yes, you
I
do.
can't
That's not true. That you follow the book of your mind.
the book of my mind.
Your
Yeah, yeah.
mind, your mind is your holy book. Okay, your mind has a collection of propositions that you believe in that you follow. Okay, the Bible is a book of propositions. The only difference is the Bible, those propositions are written down. We could take all the propositions that you hold to and we could write them down and put them into a book. So you follow the holy book of your mind.
Are you trying to imply that that's negative or?
No, what I'm saying is that when you say, "Oh, I don't have to go by a book," well, yeah, you do. You go by the book of your mind.
But is
You
that
just
that counts as a book?
well, a book is a codified set of propositions. Does it really make a big difference whether it's ensconced in on paper versus whether it's on a Kindle or an iPad or on your phone or it's in your head?
I'm surprised to hear you saying this.
Listen to me, okay? Propositions can be expressed orally, they can be expressed mentally, they can be expressed in text. Okay. So when you go, well, I just don't go by any religious text. Well, sure you do. It's the text of your mind. It's just not in print.
Isn't this heretical for you to say as a Christian or something?
No, I'm simply pointing out that the thing that you say you object to is you don't really object to it.
I see what you're saying.
What would be the difference? What would be the difference? What if I had the whole
Yeah, I see
Bible
what you're saying.
memorized? Okay, what if I had the whole Bible memorized? Okay, and I just had those propositions in my head. Does it really make a big difference that these propositions are residing in my mind versus they're in text?
Well, You
No,
know,
it wouldn't. So the difference is you don't go by a set of propositions that you claim are codified, but you go by a set of propositions that are in your mind. But we could codify those propositions just as well, but they would be the same propositions on paper as they are in your mind. What difference does it make if those propositions are codified or not? When I say codified, I mean they're put into a token form. The collection of propositions are still there. When you
yeah,
say I don't go by some book, that's just meant to be disparaging for a set of propositions that just so happen to be codified in a book.
I thought you thought that the only
Look, I
religion
want to I
was
want to ask you a
Christianity.
question. Let me ask you a question. What's the difference between the poem "Mary Had a Little Lamb" on a piece of paper versus it's in your head memorized? What's the difference? It's the
Are you
same poem.
trying to
It's the
say
same
I have
poem.
Christianity memorized? Are you?
No, what I'm saying is when you try to disparage, you say, "Well, I don't go by any holy books." Well, you do. It's the holy book of the propositions in your mind. And I could sit there and ask you a set of questions about all the propositions that you believe in foundationally and things that are built upon that, and we could codify it. And you would go by and believe those propositions.
Darth isn't saying that he believes the propositions in your mind are holy. He says you hold them to be holy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand, and that's why I asked him earlier if he was saying it's
What if
negative,
I
and he
took
said
what if
no.
what if I got to know you and I started transcribing everything that you were saying and I interviewed you and then I transcribed all of your beliefs and your propositions and I put it into a text. And then one day I'm telling you about the Bible. I say, I don't go by any holy books. I say, yeah, but you go by that one. It doesn't make a difference whether it's retained in your head or whether it's retained in text form. You see the difference? You're still going by a holy book. It's just that holy book is retained in your mind. It hasn't been codified yet. We could codify it. So when you speak disparaging, well, I don't go by any book. Yeah, you do. You just go by the unpublished book of your mind. But by the way, are there audiobooks? Right? Aren't there audiobooks? They're books that are stored as sound waves, right? Have you ever heard of the company Audible? You can get all sorts of books in audio form.
Well, dude, Jews and gays are cool with me. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, little giggling little Girl Scout, go brush your teeth and put on your jammies.
I have absolutely no problem with gays
Bye bye,
and
it's
Jewish
bedtime.
people.
Brush your teeth and put on your jammies. Well, when they act like children, they have to be treated like children.
They have to be put to bed.
Did you tuck him in?
No,
Can you
no,
tuck him
no,
in?
no. No, they need to be reprimanded.
Oh. Okay.
Reprimand. I don't think that's a big word for little kids.
Yeah, brush your teeth, put your jammies on.
What if they repent?
Brush your teeth, put your jammies on. They never learn, do they? Imagine if their mommies and daddies were aware of their bad behavior on the internet.
Depends. If their mommy and daddies are atheists, they might join them.
Yeah.